If you like this video, make sure to visit our Vimeo page and follow us to get the latest update.
So yeah, welcome everyone. Welcome to SAP ATTP Training. I am Hari Krishna and I will be your trainer, and together we will learn this new module called SAP ATTP. Before start, I would like to provide a brief introduction about myself. So I am working as SAP ATTP consultant for around 4.5 years, and I have exposure for SAP ATTP implementation projects, and support and enhancement. So yeah, you can consider me as like I have a overall exposure in SAP track and trace, and I am based out of India. So yeah, and even though ADTP is new for you guys, but I'm glad that we all are SAP consultants. So learning a new module is not difficult since we all are familiar with SAP. So I would consider this point, and yeah, let's start. Okay. So the first screen is visible, right? Introduction to SAP ATP. So yeah, this is a disclaimer, and just have a look at these points. I will not explain anything, but you just need to read this. Okay. So this is our agenda. So this deck is actually divided today, and if things are left, we will take over tomorrow. We have lab activity also, which mostly we will take tomorrow. And even in lab activity, we will not have any specific functionality or any demo. It is just screens and navigations. So that is we will take care tomorrow. Today, I have designed this training more from somebody who is completely fresh into let's say track and trace, and we will cover the definition, why companies are going, or industry is going towards serialization, and some standards, some data points which needs to know before we jump into technicalities. I will try to explain scenarios and processes, and we will not go into technicalities. We will cover just as a layman language, and in case you guys have any question, feel free to stop me and we will have a discussion. Okay, so let's start with the first point, like overview of pharma supply chain. Yeah, so I think since we have many of you are working in right, so you guys are aware of pharma of term called supply chain. So this is a very generic uh, supply chain which I have shown here. There are many scenarios in the supply chain itself, but we will see very simple supply chain scenario here. So as picture suggests, right, raw material procurement, then manufacturing taken place, and finished products are produced. Then we have packaging activities at packaging line, and then products are stored at warehouse. And then we have dispatch to wholesaler, distributor, then pharmacy, and then patient. Okay, so let's go one by one. So raw materials are procured from vendors and suppliers, and then in the plant, products are manufactured, developed, and products, once it is manufactured, then they are known as finished products. These finished products then move to plants' packaging lines for packing operations, and the product serialization takes place at this packaging line. So let's say if you are working in material management, so procurement is the thing, that is the point in the supply chain. If you are working in sales and distribution, then dispatch is the point, in the supply chain. So similarly, serialization, it takes place at packaging line. And another point I would like to emphasize is serialization is for finished products. Nowadays, there we also have module which covers the serialization of, let's say, unfinished or raw materials, but that is not part of ATTP. So under ATTP, we will have a finished product serialization. So once the products are manufacturing is completed, it moves to the storage and distribution part, and these serialized products are moved to internal warehouse or etc. And from storage facility, it moves to distributors, wholesalers, or 3PLs, or then eventually end customers and pharmacy. Yeah. So now the question arises like why we need serialization track and trace. So before that, like serialization is not like need. Of course, it strengthen the supply chain. Okay, but it is more of a impose from government authorities. You guys, who some of you who have little bit knowledge about ADTP, you have heard about regulations like USDSA regulation and Europe EU hub regulations. So countries authorities are imposing serialization track and trace on pharma companies, and that's why the pharma companies are approaching to look at the serialization uh, softwares and serialization solutions. At ADTP's SAP serialization solution, we have other solutions from other than SAP. So the important thing is that why government of many countries are imposing the serialization track and trace. So the first thing is product counterfeiting in pharma industry. So basically, the counterfeiting is nothing but duplicate products. So let's say many big pharma companies like Pfizer, Novartis, these companies create products, drugs, and once this drug comes into the market, many small players they kind of copy the drug, and because they are small players, they cannot use the same kind of components which are costly to them. So they try to manipulate the product, but they use the same logo and packaging, and therefore it is a serious threat to the company as well as to the patient. So with serialization, the first goal is to understand the and to identify the original manufacturer who is developing this product, and manufacturer it is requested from manufacturer that whenever they produce these drugs, they inform the national authorities. Like if the product is sold to India, they are supposed to inform Indian regulatory body that these are my products and I am responsible only for these products. If something happens other than this, then if things come to me, then I will not be the responsible. So in this way, basically, customer safety, the patient safety is also, and manufacturing organizations can also save themselves from product counterfeiting. The second thing is identification of right medicine. So there are many serious disease like cancers, and for that matter, we have very sensitive drugs. So if these drugs are not sent to the intended market, but they are misplaced, then there are some serious threats on patients. So with serialization and track and trace, we can efficiently track the particular product, and therefore we can make sure that this particular product reach out to this particular market. And the third thing is the transparency across supply chain. So we already saw the basic structure of pharma supply chain. So product is not directly being sold to our market. It is manufactured at a plant, and then distributor comes into picture, and then maybe other small things, warehouses, and then it goes to particular customer. So in this case, let's say the product manufactured, but then it goes to the other let's say warehouse, and the product is deteriorated or something happened, it is manipulated, and then it moves to the next stakeholder. So by tracking and tracing, we understand that, okay, this particular product is destroyed or it is manipulated at this particular facility or this stakeholder in the supply chain. So in this way, the transparency can be. So these are some points for which it shows the importance of serialization, track and trace. Okay, so now the question is, what is serialization? What is tracking and tracing? Guys, if you have any idea, what is serialization? When we say serialization, what comes into your mind? Any guesses?
For tracking purpose.
Yeah, tracking purpose and serialization.
So
Exactly, when serialization comes, what comes into your mind?
a unique number.
There will
So,
be an
Correct.
associated serial number.
so generally,
Yes.
serialization can be given to any material which is count as an asset for the company. So they can have the unique number for that asset or that product, and that can be have all the details available on reports at a time. Suppose my company have asset of some crores, and if it is serialized, that can be easily trackable, traceable. That's why we consider asset as a serial number. But yeah, here in pharma, we have drug products, I think.
All of you guys are correct. Take a simple example of our laptop. In your company, every laptop or every desktop has a code assigned. With that code, it is uh, trackable, traceable. Okay, so which resource is associated with which computer, that can be easily understood. So now let's come to the first term called serialization. So as I think people say it, right, that it is basically to assign a number, or the other guys are also, they have said that unique serial number. So that's it. That is serialization. Yeah. Now,
Hey Hari,
see
uh,
this. Yeah, yeah.
sorry, but I have one question. Like we do have SAP standard serialization, right? So how ATTP stands different from that?
Okay. When you say SAP standard serialization, you are pointing towards EAN number.
Yeah, so basically we create through like equipment and serial numbers, right? IQ01 and IQ03 and all.
Correct, correct. So, I mean, I have not much idea on SAP
Okay.
standards serialization, but I know the serialization is not new basically in these industries. Okay, even automobile people are
Yeah,
also
because
tracking their products and
right, because I worked
yes,
in telecommunication industry and we were using that serialization. So just I thought, is there any differentiation why for specifically for pharmaceutical SAP introduce ATTP or like that?
yeah,
Okay.
correct. Um, of course, we will cover this in the next slides. Very high level answer. So here, serial number management itself is little complex compared to other industries. Okay, in SAP ERP side, I only am aware of EAN number, but here you will see we have so many identifiers. We have a traceability from for each particular location, for each particular point in the supply chain. We can have a data sharing from data sharing means serialized products. I am referring to, so that we can share to country authorities as well as to the other supply chain partners. So these so many this kind of functionalities which create which point out ATTP as a unique for serialization, track and trace. And for your information, we have also used ATTP in other industries for tracking and tracing. And nowadays, SAP has also introduced a new module for non-pharma industry. It is a complete copy of ATTP. It is called corporate serialization. So slowly, when I will cover the sessions, you will realize that what is the difference. So yeah, come to this slide. What is serialization, tracking, and tracing? So here I have shown one picture to you guys. Okay, so in any I think in particular pharma, if I'm talking about, we have hierarchy. Like there is an item, then group of item which is known as bundle. Then these bundles are packed into one case or carton, and then all these cartons are packed into the pallet. More or less, many other industries are also using the same kind of hierarchy. But in pharma, we have generally we can see item, bundle, case, pallet. Sometimes items are directly packed to case. That is also possible. So when we say item, just keep in mind it's a stripe of medicine, or let's say one bottle. Okay, let's say cough syrup or Covaxin bottle. Let's say. So you can see that unit level pack serialization. So each type of medicine or each bottle is having a barcode. Now, when products are grouped together, these bundle will also have a unique barcode. Then these bundles are packed into case, and that case is also having a unique barcode. And then each pallet is also having a unique barcode. So in this manner, and since medicine is just one, so it's one material, but we have 4 unit of measure, and each unit of measure is having a unique serial number. So in this manner, we can say that serialization is nothing but providing a unique identifier at each unit of level measure, not at material level, but each unit of measure level.
Hello, Hari. So you are coming to tell that each material may have any number of unit of measure, or it is limited only to the level of packing. For example, in the slide you have given 4 level of packing. So some material can have 2, some material can have 3. So is it like unit of measure depends upon the material or the packaging hierarchy?
It depends. I mean, let's say one material. Okay, if one material in a standard or SD also, you have seen that each and then carton, okay, then master case. So I am when we say unit of measure, so it is basically material is the same, but that the same material can have a different unit of measure. Okay, so let's say in the example of bundle. Okay, so these these products are grouped into a bundle. Okay, but the
Okay.
material inside it is the same. Yeah, and then let's say all these bundles are having the same material, but they are grouped together in a case.
Okay.
Yeah.
No. I'm asking, like, for example, let us take one material.
Mhm.
So if that material can have 3 units of measure, correct? 3 or 4.
Mhm. Mhm.
So that unit of measure you will mention for this level of hierarchy. Like for example, here you have mentioned for bundle. So for bundle, it will have 1 unit of measure. For case, will it have 1 unit of measure? Is it like that?
Yeah. So case itself is a unit of measure. Bundle itself is a unit of measure, like that.
Okay. Okay.
So Hare Krishna, typically for each unit of measure, there would be different serial numbers, right? For case, it will be different.
Yes.
For
No
each,
need.
it will be different.
Yes. Okay. So as I already mentioned, serialization means providing a unique serial number to each component involved in the hierarchy, like as hierarchy as I have mentioned. Um, these numbers are converted into barcodes and fixed on each boxes, let's say. Okay. So now you can see this barcode. When a scanner scans this barcode, this kind of string is this is the outcome of this is the reading from the scanner, and this string then it has a different information. Okay, so it has a 4 components here. So this is the information. Whenever we scan it, we will get it. Now each of these particular data point denotes different information. For example, who is the owner of this medicine, at which point this medicine was manufactured, etc., etc. So basically, serialization is nothing but generating these numbers. Okay, I will explain each of this component in coming slide. Now, tracking and tracing. So to understand this is very simple. We know what is tracking and tracing, right? So here, tracking means like understanding the flow of the product movement, forward movement, basically. So let's say the drug is manufactured at plant, okay, and it is moving to packaging lines and then storage location, warehouse, and then dispatch. This is a forward movement. Now let's say the product is reached to a pharmacy and somebody complained that this I am having some reaction to this particular medicine. So we want to know that this medicine was owned by which manufacturer. So then comes a traceability, the reverse or backward movement. So one important thing which I have mentioned is this GLN. Okay, so GLNA, GLNB, GLNC, GLN. This is nothing but a unique identifier provided to particular facility. Okay, so tracking involves a monitoring of this forward movement of the product by uniquely identifying the facilities, plant, warehouse, business entities. Because if I want to track a product, I should know each facility uniquely. Okay, I cannot say that this is a plant XYZ. I should have some identifier through which I know that okay, this is particular plant, this is a particular packaging line. So we have a identifier for that as well. And similarly, tracing is involving the monitoring of the backward flow of the product in the supply chain.
So,
yeah.
Okay. Can I ask a question? Sorry,
Sure.
I need to raise. Okay. So maybe this tracking, how it does, maybe suppose one manufacturer provided their drug product to another distributor and he has their own, serialization. When that product will be received into their warehouse, that may be a different serialization over, their premises, because that is their input. So SAP may generate a new serial number, or that will be as it was received,
Now,
because this will be
so
further go into distribution
that is
center as well.
correct, correct, correct. So that's why my next slide is a GS1 standards. Okay. So as you correctly point out, is that serial number, let's say as an industry, okay, when I say industry, it includes plant, packaging lines, warehouses, 3PLs like third party logistics, distributors, everybody. So if as an industry I want to run the serialization, then we should have a common rules and regulation and common understanding. Then only it will run. Otherwise, it will not work. Okay. So serial number, some basic concepts are, first of all, serial number can only be applied from the manufacturer. If I am producing medicine, I will procure the serial number, I will manufacture the serial number, and I will fix that on the product. A distributor cannot fix the serial number. Serial number denotes the owner of that medicine, so only the manufacturer can apply that. Okay, and then when the product is moved from one facility to another facility, uh, the tracking means this particular product is shipped from plant A and to the plant B, and at the plant B it is received. So in standard ERP also we have post good issue and post good receive, correct? So this is the very basic and in layman terms example. Get post good issue, which means the product is moved from your facility. When you say PGR, that means it is received. So similarly, these are not the two only events. We have so many events like destroying, then reactivating the product and many things. So all these things comes together in a tracking. Hope I have answered, Harish.
So yeah, I understood. In one level, I can imagine that, like, suppose one manufacturer provided products, they have their own serial number. Now, when I receive, I scan it and I found out that these are the serial number, and I receive that products. Now, what happened when we move? Suppose I'm receiving products, and when we move, it will be moved to my warehouse, and we will unpack that products maybe for storing purpose. Now, when I will further issue that products, I have to do repack again, new packaging, and I have to generate a serial number for that packing, and then it will be issued further. So new serial number will be generated. That is what I understand. And how that old
Of
one will
course.
be tracked with the new one for the new receiver.
And, so in that case, let's say, I mean, what you are actually discussing the kind scenario, warehouse scenarios that will be covered in like not tomorrow, but maybe 3 days after that.
Okay,
But
okay,
in
no
general,
problem.
let me answer this. So when a product is moved to, let's say, a warehouse and unpacking happens, okay, unpacking happens, the, let's say, pallet is a top level material, so it gets destroyed in the journey of uh, uh, dispatch. And so remove the pallet, we have a new packaging material, and then all the products are packed into that pallet. So now comes to the serial number. So for that, another serial number request is raised to that particular stakeholder to the manufacturer that please provide me the serial number. Manufacturer is the one who will provide the serial number. Okay. And the thing which you said, only the top level packaging material will have a different serial number which can be destroyed, but the actual items, let's say medicine or Sprite, that have only one serial number provided by manufacturer at packaging line. You cannot have your barcode which will be removed at your
Yeah, yeah, understood.
warehouse and you will fix another barcode. If you do that, then there is no point of serialization. So only the top level SSCC, which we say, or pallet, that pallet will be uh, for that only the serial number can vary, and that I will show you how it is actually happening.
Yeah, yeah, understood. So
But yeah,
the higher level,
you are
yeah, yeah,
going in a right direction.
yeah, yeah, understood. Yeah.
Correct.
So Hari,
So
when we say we are like this serialization standards are worldwide, right? Not any country specific, right? So we are following this
yes,
serialization standard worldwide. So is there any authority or
yes,
something where they cross check
yes.
that correct serial number was created or not?
That is all my topic for this
Okay,
slide.
perfect. Sure. So
So
sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
here I have mentioned, I have no problem. So here I have mentioned this GS1 standard. Okay, so GS1 is a organization, non-profit organization, and GS1 is involved in preparing serialization standards. And together, pharma industry, I mean, not everybody, but major pharma companies, they have agreed that use GS1. So in this way, uh, and ATTP system only understands the GS1 standard. So if you are randomly giving something, then it will not be acceptable by ATTP itself. So in this manner, I think I have answered your question, right, Keval?
Yes.
Yeah. So these are the standards, and I will explain you like what each standard means. So first of all, standards. What is the meaning of standards? So as I said that there has to be some set of rules and guidelines which has to be similar or same across the different stakeholders in industry. Okay, and these standards are nothing but basically the common definition of data formats to exchange the information, common types of interfaces, etc. Serialization standards, these are unique identifiers and data exchange methods which commonly used in pharma industry. So because in the previous slide I mentioned that GLN, okay, what is GLN? That I will cover next slide, but that is one identifier. So when I say identifier, it has to be unique. So what component it should be having. So all those things need certain rules and regulations. In if I say the serial number, so maybe the serial number can be numeric, alphanumeric, etc., etc. So these are some set of rules, and for that we use GS1 identity, so GS1 standards. So I have given some info about the GS1 organization. I think you guys can go through it. It's not important, but good to know. So yeah, like more than 70 countries have pharma regulation where GS1 standards are used, etc. And it is in this particular industry from 2005 onwards. So this is something we should know, and it is the important slide from ATTP perspective. So these are the list of important GS1 standards, and these are not the only GS1 standards, but from ATTP specific, these are the one which we should know. So the first one is global company prefix. Okay, so let's start with the first GS1 standard, which is global company prefix. So by as name suggests, like it is a company prefix. Okay, so it is nothing but a identifier for company. So in the pharma supply chain, there are many you know many stakeholders associated, like manufacturer, distributor, etc. So each stakeholder is nothing but a unique company. So when I say global company prefix is nothing but a identifier for a company, and GCP is nothing but a digit, a number having minimum of 6 digits, and it can go up to 11 digits. And this GCP is a prerequisite for other GS1 standards, other GS1 identifiers. We will go step by step to understand how. Here, GS1 company prefix, I have explained the overall design of how the company prefix is created. So, yeah, Harish, you want to say something?
Yes, some voice constantly coming from behind. So it was better previously, actually. So if you were using your headphone, that sound was good. Here, completely some voice coming from behind.
Okay. Now is it fine?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Okay. So I was just explaining this company prefix. Okay. So as I said that each pharma stakeholder is nothing but a company, like manufacturer, distributor, etc. And we have to identify each company uniquely. And to do that, we have this particular thing called global company prefix. Now, this company prefix is, as I said, it's a minimum of 6 digits, and it can go up to 11 digits. Let's move to the next slide. Yeah. So this is something known as a global trade item number. Okay. Now, as I said in the first or second slide, we have that hierarchy. Okay. And when I said that each unit of measure is serialized. So global trade item number is a unique identifier which is provided at each unit of measure. So let's say bundle is having a unique GTIN, global trade item number. Case is having a unique GTIN, etc., etc. Global trade item number is having a 14 digit, and it is associated with each unit of measure. One product or one material can have different GTINs. In fact, two different materials can also have same GTIN, provided that other serialization attributes are same. This will in the next session. Now the important thing is of global number. So okay, so I think we were discussing on global trade item number. So as I said that for each unit of measure, we have a unique global trade item number. And this is the structure of global trade item number. So it is having 14 digits. Now you can see that I have given a color code for a specific digits. Okay. So the yellow one are nothing but the global company prefix. So as I mentioned that global company prefix can have 6 digits minimum, or it can go up to 11 digits. In this example, I have given example of 7-digit global company prefix. So then we have these 5 numbers, which are number or product number. The last is a check digit. Yeah, so D1 is a packaging label. This D2 to D8 are global company prefix. Then we have product number and we have a check digit. Hope is it fine now, guys?
Yeah,
So Hari,
somewhat okay.
Mm-hmm.
so
Okay.
Hari, you mentioned that a GTIN can be assigned to 2 different materials. So it's not a unique
Yeah.
number, correct?
It because kind of scenarios happen when, let's say, in one client you have multiple ERP systems. So in that case, let's say you have 2 different ECC systems. Then in both the system you have a different material number, but it is just for identification. Like XYZ is the number in your ERP1 and XYZW is the number in ERP2. In such kind of scenarios, serialization is because material number is your own. Okay, it is not standardized, it is your own number. So in that case, ATTP allows in such scenario where you have a different material number but both are referring to the same particular product. This kind of thing only happens when you have multiple ERP systems. So in that case, yes, GTIN can be common, but attributes which we will discuss sessions, those should be the same. So in general, product is the only one. Okay, maybe different numbers in different ERP systems.
Correct. So in this scenario, the same which you have explained, I've seen one scenario. So whenever we search GTIN in ATTP system, so then how ATTP system derived the traceability of which material? Like we have 2 different material number in 2 different ERP systems.
Correct. So in that case, in ATTP system, ATTP will create a variant. Okay. So a GTIN A is associated with material A and material B, but the the variant. So in which ATTP understand only the trade item. GTIN,
Actually,
it is not.
break now.
Sorry.
So actually, it was breaking in between. You told like there is a GTIN, but
Mhm.
same GTIN we are having 2 materials, one in one ERP system, another ERP system.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, continue from there.
Correct. So in that case, in ATTP, it will create a variant. So ATTP only understands GS1 standard. So GTIN is a GS1 standard. Okay, and material number is your own number. So even though there are 2 different material numbers, those are denoting the same product. Okay. So in that case, this scenario is possible. Later on, will also provide us example on how actually it is happening. So for now, just keep it here.
Okay.
Because I have mentioned like all other attribute has to be the same. So we will understand what all attributes we are talking about.
Right. But you understood my issue, right? Like I've seen one issue where in one ERP system something happened, some transaction happened, and in another ERP system that transaction didn't happen, and that's why in ATTP system we get a conflict of GTIN.
Yeah, I understood. I understood.
Okay.
We will take it. Yeah,
Okay. Okay. Got it.
because I have already worked in a client and this kind of thing already happened there. But this is not common actually. So you will have one material, one jet in scenario. Okay. So, and the next thing is global location number. So in previous slides, we have seen one particular image where we have GLN A, GLN B, something mentioned. So that GLN is nothing but your global location number. This is a unique number provided to each your plant, your warehouses, as well as the business legal entities. So in this way, each particular product, each particular supply chain entity is identified uniquely. So global location number is a 13-digit number, and it is assigned to location as well as business entities. And physical locations like plant, storage, location, warehouse, etc. can be identified. So here I have mentioned the structure of global location number. So again, from D1 to D7 is a global company prefix. Then these five numbers are your plant number or anything. And the last one is a check digit. When we say check digit, you can see this check digit in global trade item number as well as in global location number. This is nothing but electronically identified number. This is calculated inside the system just for uniqueness purpose. Yeah. So you can see D1 to D7 is a global company prefix, then location reference and the check digit. So now
So
in
this
both the
GLN will be provided for every business partner like that, or how will this GLN be allocated?
yeah. So for every business partner, like let's say you have a vendor and you have a customer. So for every and you have your own organization. So you will have a global location number for all these three entities. Similarly, you have plants. Okay, let's say in your organization you have one business entity and you have a four plants. So you will have five global location numbers. Okay, GLN for each plant and GLN for your organization. So in this way, each entity will be identified uniquely. So now in global location number as well as global trade item number, the common thing is a company prefix. So you can see that through each number, you can identify your organization or which particular company owns this location and these entities. So this is, the primary kind of traceability. So from this identifier itself, the tracking and tracing starts. And this is a website I have mentioned it. So this is just to understand, to know the check digit, okay, which I have just mentioned. So global location number is a 13-digit number. So if you provide the 12 digits, then this link can calculate a check digit for you. This is just for testing purpose, okay. You're in production, you guys are not doing check digit calculation or anything. The numbers are provided by GS1 standard. So in our hands-on session, I will also show you how check digit calculation works. Yeah. The third element is a serialized shipping container code or serial shipping container code, SSCC. So in the hierarchy, the top level box is known as a pallet, and that is nothing but your SSCC. So that pallet is having 18 digits, and the structure of these 18 digits are like this. So again, here from D2 to D8, we have a global company prefix. Then we have serial number, and then the last digit is a check digit. And D1 is the extension digit, which is nothing but the first digit of the serial number. So your serial number would be, let's say, D1, D9, D10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. And this D2 to D8 is your global company prefix, and the last one is the check digit. Any questions so far?
This serial
Hari, in your
reference. Go
yeah,
ahead,
go
Pradeep.
ahead. Okay, so I just wanted to ask, in all your examples, Hari, you have taken GCP of 6 digits, right? But you have told it can vary above 6 also. So in that case, how
Yes.
will it affect the serial reference?
Perfect. Yeah, this is a good question. So let's say, let me go back to, let's say, trade item. Okay. Now, let's say I have taken example of 7-digit GCP. Now, let's say in my company, I have around, let's say, 10, 12 products, and for that I don't need more GTINs. Okay, I need some 5 to 10 GTINs. So in that case, combinations, I 5 to 10 GTINs I required. Okay, so what I will do is I will ask GS1 that provide me a sufficient GCP so that I can create different versions. Okay, so if GS1 provides me 7-digit GCP, then effective numbers I will have is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I can create JITIN, or let's say GS1 can provide us the JITIN only up to these variations or permutation and combinations. But let's say I have a huge amount of materials, then I need some more some more digits apart from the global company prefix, so that I can produce more variants, okay, or more global trade item numbers. Okay, let's say
Okay,
I have
so
1,000 materials. I have 1,000 material, so I need 1,000 GTINs, each unique. So in that case, I need a small GCP. So for smaller GCP, GS1 charges high amount, and for the long GCP, it will charge a low amount. Yeah. Am
yeah,
I
I got
am I
it,
clear?
Hari. Yeah, I got it. Thank you.
Yeah. It's the same goes for other, because this material number, okay, this material number is your own entity. So it's fine. Let's say you have only 10 materials. You don't want small GCP. You don't want to pay more. You ask GS1 that provide me the 9-digit GCP. So you have only 3 digit left. You can put any number here. So it's not like that you need your own material number should be there. So these are the free digits. If it fits to your material number, you can mention it, or anything is fine. The important thing, it should it should be sufficient for your material overall product, overall products. If you have 1,000 products, you need 1,000 unique global trade items. So it should be the GCP should provide if enough combinations to you. That's it.
So, Hari, can manufacturer change their GCP in future, or like, let's say a manufacturer is there and they took the GCP of 7 or 8 digits, and later in future they realize that they are manufacturing more materials and they will require
Of,
the space.
of course. And this is really a good question, Keval. And in this case, of course, we can ask GS1 to provide another GCP. And but like, I have not even taught you other things, but from here on only you can understand that I have, let's say, 1,000 GTINs. Now GS1 is providing me, let's say my GCP is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I want to reduce it by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, it will have a huge impact on so many other parameters. Of course, we
Right.
can handle everything. We can handle everything in ATTP, but it's a big thing. Okay, it's a chaos, to be honest.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I I have one scenario in my in one of my clients, but usually this will not have this is not so frequent because companies know their product line, and it's not like they products are everyday created. Okay, material master, you know, right? It is a one time activity, so they have their projections. But yeah, this is also possible. This is
Right, right,
this is possible, and we have mechanism in ATTP to cure that, but it's not that easy.
right. Okay.
Yeah, so same goes for GLN and yeah, so SSCC. Now comes to this particular slide, which will explain you the application identifier. So in the first slide, when I saw the barcode, I saw these numbers. Okay, so in the bracket, whatever you can see here, it is nothing but the application identifier. So here 00 denotes serial shipping container code. 01 is your global trade item number. 10 is for batch. 13 is for manufacturing date. 17 is for expiry date, and 21 is for serial number. So let's say you get this string. Okay, so if 01 is there after this number, then you can consider that this is a GTIN number because it is 01 is ahead of this number, so it is a GTIN. Then 17 and then this number, so this number is a batch. Sorry, this number is a expiry date. Then 10 and this particular digit, so this AB123 is your batch. So this is application identifier. There are other application identifiers, but for us these are enough. So 00 is a serial SSCC, 01 is a trade item number, 10 is a batch, 13 is for manufacturing date, 17 is for expiry date, and what 21 is a serial number. Yeah, Harish, you have raised
So
your hand.
yeah. So sequence would be like this only, that batch will be always at the last, or maybe we have to cross check that yeah, it is 110. That means it's batch. It may possible that this whole code wherein batch comes in the middle,
Mhm.
or maybe it will be always last.
No. It's not like that. In fact, you will not get this kind of string
Okay.
in your message. Okay, this is just to show that this kind of data can be possible. So that's why this string is here. Usually, you will get string of 01 and 21. 01 is your global trade item number, followed by 21, which is your serial number. Okay, we will see in after 2 or 3 slides only. But yeah, and
Okay.
another thing is this 0121 is something to be understood by ATTP system. Okay, so this in this manner ATTP will understand that okay, this is the global trade item number, this is the serial number, etc, etc. Yeah. Okay, so now other than GS1, this is a GS1 string formation basically. So we what we have seen so far is independent identifier like trade item number, etc, etc. But in serialization, we need a combination. So let's say you have a medicine stripe. That medicine is having a serial number, and also it is having, because it is a unit of measure, so it is having a global trade item number. So global trade item number is nothing but the identifier for product, but serial number is unique for each medicine stripe. So combination of 01 and 21 is nothing but actually your barcode. Okay, so in your barcode, when you scan it, you will know GTIN and you will know the the serial number. So this combination is known as a serialized trade item. Serialized trade item is nothing but a combination of GTIN and serial number. And as name suggests, S GTIN represents each serialized item, means medical, stripe of medicine or bottle, etc. So when a bottle is at packaging line, let's say, it is a just an item. But when a barcode is fixed on the the bottle, it is known as a serialized product. Okay. And the S18 format is 01 and 21 format. There is another format which is called EPC URI format. For now, just it is for your information. We will learn in upcoming sessions. Just understand. For now, it just understand for information. So EPC URI format for S18 is like this. You are an EPC ID S18. Then this is this. Basically, we are breaking this GTIN and the serial number into these three sections. So first section is your global company prefix, second section is your material identifier, and the last section is the serial number. So both of the formats are valid. In both of the formats, what information we are getting is global trade item number and serial number. So I hope you guys understood this concept of SGTIN. Let's say you have 10 bottles. So 10 bottles will have a common global trade item number, but they will have a unique serial numbers, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. And all okay. So one question: my 10 bottles are packed into a case. So what is the difference between the SGTIN of case and item?
So the serial number would be different for the case, and that case would have a different SGTIN.
Different GTIN.
No, not GTIN. The SGTIN, the serialized GTIN.
Correct. But let's say one simple exercise. Okay.
Mhm.
Let me copy this. Okay. So this refers to my. Oh, one moment. My notepad you will not see my notepad here. Just one moment. Okay. Now you will be able to see my entire screen. Yeah. Are you able to see the notepad?
Yes.
Okay. So let's say this is a one SGTIN. Okay. This is
Right.
let's say SGTIN, and this is nothing but my one cough syrup. Okay, bottle one. Then I
Mhm.
have another bottle of the same cough syrup. Let's say. So here, what will be the difference?
Uh, Serial number.
Yeah. Okay. So serial number will be different. Now I want to pack these two bottles into one carton.
Mhm.
So what will be the difference?
Uh, I guess the GTIN, because we can have a
Correct.
multiple GTIN for multiple unit of measures.
Correct. So in this case, let's say this particular global trade item number, I explained you that first digit is a package. It denotes the packaging label. So usually what companies do, uh, for item, they prefer first digit as 0. For for next level hierarchy, they prefer first digit as 1. For another, let's say carton to case, they prefer number 2, like that. Okay, so it goes like that. So this is, let's say, my case, or let's say bundle. So for bundle, we have 1 here. Now anything if you change here, your check digit will also be changed. So check digit cannot be 2 now, so that will be something else. For now I will keep it 3, and my serial number will be the unique one provided by ATTP. Okay, ATTP is the system which generates serial numbers. So I can have this serial number. So this is my bundle. Then I have this case, for example. So case will have, let's say, GTIN like this, and check digit will be something 0, and you have serial number of this. So this is your case. And finally, the big box is known as a pallet. And pallet will be the 18-digit number. Yeah. So now tell me, where is JIT here in the pallet?
There will be no JIT in the palette, right?
Perfect. Yes. There will be no JIT for the pallet because pallet is indifferent of your material. It can be possible that two different materials, two different, cases of two different materials can be packed under the one pallet, because pallet is just a outer layer. And in the journey of supply chain, outer layers can be changed. Somebody asked me this question, like that what if I unpack and what if I repack. So only this one can be unpacked and repack. So this is not relevant to your material, but it is relevant to the company. So this, let's say this is your GCP. So pallet pallet only have a GCP, but the items will have GTIN and serial number. So whenever GTIN comes, it is nothing but it is giving the information about the material or the product. Hope I am clear. Any question,
So
guys?
this zero would correlate to container code, right?
Container code, yes, absolutely. So now if I want to, let's say, show you that how my hierarchy should look like. Okay, so I will prepare a hierarchy. So this is my palette. Under this palette, this is packed. Okay, under this bundle is packed, and then we have two items. Yeah. Okay, so this is one hierarchy basically. Okay, so this is the hierarchy. So when a scanner scans, it scans bottle 1, bottle 2, then bundle, then case, and then pallet.
So, sorry, can I ask?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so when item will be received, maybe the upper one like pallet will be there initially, right? So first they open pallet and then go for scanning at the lower level, or they can directly scan on uh, pallet level or case level. How
So
scanning? Yeah.
yeah. So let's say when pallet is okay, this is really a good question. Okay. So tell me one thing. When product is dispatched, what is dispatched actually? The pallet, right? Because other items are packed inside it.
Correct.
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 So the in that particular event of dispatching, the object would be your pallet. Similarly, when this product is received at warehouse, so that warehouse guy will not see the 100 bottles. The warehouse guy will see only the big pallet. So he will only scan the pallet. So till that receiving end, pallet will be the main identifier. When pallet is received, now when pallet is received, that receiving plant will already have all the hierarchy information provided from that manufacturer. So manufacturer, when actually ships the product, he will also inform to the receiving entity that, hey, I am shipping this pallet. Under that pallet, this is your hierarchy. So when a warehouse receives, warehouse already know that, okay, this pallet will have this much of hierarchy. So in this manner, he will scan only the pallet. The only point when pallet will be opened is when the pallet is destroyed or wear and tear here and there. In that case, they will unpack the pallet, take all the cases, and then repack all the cases into another pallet. That's it.
That means I'm going one by one. So that means when pallet will be scanned at first level, then something which manufacturer provided to the warehouse, who is doing inwarding or receiving, he will match that whatever pallet provided or whatever he is scanning is exactly in the file that received by from manufacturer, that should be matched.
Of course, of course. This kind of reconciliation is done at every client. Okay, so when at the time of picking also they will count and reconfirm. At the time of shipping also they will count and reconfirm. So this is what the fundamentals of tracking and tracing. Like in between, let's say manufacturer will say that this pallet will contain 100 bottles, but when the pallet received at warehouse, only 50 bottles are there. So warehouse guy will shout that you have told me 100, but this pallet is only having 50. So where are the other 50 bottles? It might be possible that those 50 bottles are stolen, or something happened. So this is the one of the many things in tracking.
Okay,
Yeah.
understood. So they have all the information on handy that what are there in pallets, and based on that information, they are matching that exactly it is received or not. Even serial number as well, right? Suppose 50 bottles are there, they can also match a serial number or files provided to them by manufacturer. That exact serial numbers are received. Maybe happen that in packing time that may be misplaced, one bottle with another one, because serial number will be different, so at that time also can be tracked with the file
Yeah.
provided.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
Hari, in the SSCC code, like, do we have any hierarchy set up in ATTP system? That in SSCC code there would be like three hierarchy or like that way? Because let's say
Yes.
we get a 10 cases in one pallet, and let's say out of those 10, one case got damaged or something like that. The bottles are broken or something like that. And when we receive it and we have to separate that, how do we remove it from like one SSCC?
This I can definitely answer, but it will be in hands-on session
Okay,
basically.
okay.
I will
So we,
show
we
you
will take
that
it forward
in
in
ATT.
upcoming
Of
sessions.
course, of course,
Yeah, okay.
of course. But I really like that you guys are already going into that direction. Okay, so my job would be very easy. Yeah. Okay, let's. Can I move to the next slide?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. So since we already discussed this topic, but yeah, since this as GTIN format includes the GTIN, it also includes the product information, and GTIN includes the prefix as well. So you will know what material, what product, and you will also know what manufacturer is involved. Then again, SSEC comes because SSEC is identifier as well as it is also a part of hierarchy. So I have just explained it again here that this is kind of a barcode fixed on pallet. So when that scan, let's say warehouse guy will scan, so he will get this information that okay, these are the 18 numbers, and he will have all the mechanism to decode. Basically, ATTP has all the mechanism to decode it. That okay, this is company prefix, this is serial number, etc. Now SSEC is having this format, 00 format. it is also having the format called EPC URI. And for now, I will not explain this, but just that this is format which is making this number. So company prefix and see into two sections: company prefix and the serial number. That's it. And SSCC includes company prefix. So yes, you will know that okay, which manufacturer is involved. Now, since GTIN serialized GTIN, okay, similar GLN will also have a serialized GLN, but here code on plant and warehouse. So here it will be little different. Okay, so GLN is nothing but let's understand this kind of thing where you have one plant. Under one plant you have 4 different packaging lines. Okay, each packaging line is using different products. So how will you identify? Because GLN is nothing. GLN is only given at plant level. My product is realized at in that case
Hari,
we have
Hari,
a concept
actually
called
your voice is breaking little more since you have started this SGLN.
okay, I will repeat. Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, so serialized GLN. Okay, so as I said, see different because we are not going to paste a barcode on plants. Okay, so it is not like that. But here, as I said, one plant can have different packaging lines. Okay, so my product is serialized at packaging line A. Another product is serialized at packaging line B. So how would I know that in one plant at which packaging line my product is serialized? Then there is a concept called GLN extension. So each packaging line is having one GLN extension. So under, let's say, plant A, you will be having 4 different extensions. Now, how ATTP will understand in encoded format, this URI format is nothing but encoded format. So in one string, you will have all the information. So how will ATTP know that this is a plant A and packaging line 01? This is line 02. So that is known as a SGLN. Okay, so SGLN format is like this. So when this kind of format comes, ATTP will understand that this is the global location number, this is the company prefix, this is location identifier, which can be any number, your plant name, etc. And this 01 is an extension. So 01 packaging line, 02 packaging line, etc.
Hey
Hope I'm
Hari,
clear,
so
or any question?
yeah, so what is the need
Yeah,
for that knowing which packaging line we have packed it? I missed
that
that
is
part.
what the traceability. So you ATTP provides the tracking and tracing not only at plant level but also at
Mhm.
packaging line level. So if let's say some audit comes, you can also track it back to your packaging line that okay, this was scanned at packaging line A, this was scanned at packaging line B, like that.
Okay, okay.
Okay. And now this is something related to EPC and EPCIS format. So here, I have shown this thing called EPC. You are an EPC. This is a string, but what is this EPC? It is electronic product code. Okay, so it is it is a universal identifier for any object, and electronic product code are based on this URI format, which is nothing but a string of characters to identify any object. So whenever I say EPC format, you should understand this kind of structure, nothing more. Okay, the information will be same, but this kind of format. And this is an encoded format where ATTP will know many things in just one string. So breaking like company prefix, location identifier, extension, etc. Now, what is EPCIS? So EPCIS stands for Electronic Product Code Information Services. Now, when we say EPCIS, here the thing comes as data exchange. So all of this information, let's say at my packaging line, 100 of the products are serialized. That means I have fixed barcode on 100 bottles. Now, I want to send this information to my next partner. Okay, that I have serialized these 100 bottles. So I have to send it in some format. Since you guys are from and other ERP modules, you know the IDOC, right? So we usually communicate via IDOCs. But ATTP is not communicating through IDOC. That is a little bit less efficient way of communicating. So we communicate using XML files. Maybe some of you guys who are from computer background, you guys would understand. XML structure is nothing but it's a data structure where you can send many information under one file, and each information will be differentiated through one tag. So this structure is basically a XML structure, and the information will be a GS1 as per the GS1 standard. So that format is known as EPCIS. All these files are under EPCIS format. And when I say EPCIS format, it is nothing but it is following the XML structure. So serialized data is transferred across the supply chain in EPCIS format, and EPCIS format is usually following the GS1 vocabulary, GS1 tags like it in GLN, etc. Now, when we say EPCIS format, so EPCIS format talks about what? It talks about basically four questions like what, where, when, and why. So for example, I'm sharing the information of 100 serialized items to in supply chain. So he will receive, he will understand, okay, there are 100 EPCs or 100 objects, where exactly these objects are scanned or manufactured, when they are manufactured. So they will have the file will have timestamp, and why. So which business process basically. So packing or shipping. So just understand that one plant is shipping a pallet or SSC to uh, a warehouse. So when warehouse guy will receive this pallet, he will he will doing a receiving process. Okay. So a receiving event will be produced. So the business process is receiving. When you are dispatching, the business process is shipping. When you are packing, the business process is actually aggregation or packing. So in EPCIS file, these all things will be mentioned. In this way, you will come to know of this what, where, when, and why. So I think let me show you one sample file. Okay.
Okay. Meanwhile, you show Hari. So is this all real-time integration?
Mm, Real-time integration as such.
Like whenever shipping activity is happening in warehouse, at the same time when they scan it and this the data gets the payload gets sent to ATTP system and it verifies it.
Yeah, exactly the same. So let's say let's understand from plant level. So in packaging line, I have fixed a barcode on a bottle. Then I have scanned it. The moment I scan, this information will be sent to my next level of stakeholders that okay, these 100 medicines are scanned now, are serialized now. That particular thing, that particular action is known as commissioning. We will understand later in detail about that. Now when your bottles are packed into a case, that case will be provided a barcode, and then when you scan it, say the packing information will be sent to your next packing information will be sent to basically ATTP from packaging line, that okay, this particular item is packed into this particular case. Similarly, when that particular case is shipping from your plant, basically you are scanning it, at your shipping point you are scanning it, and then this information will be sent to ATTP stating that now this product is shipped from this plant. Now when your warehouse guy will receive it, ATTP will get a receiving event stating that this particular product is now received at this plant. So when I'm saying information, this particular file, okay, so this file will be created at each scanning. Okay.
So, Hari, if in case supplier is shipping these items, right, there would be an associated advance shipping notification. So, EPCs and ASN, are both of them simultaneous from the supplier?
Yeah, that is also possible. You are talking about EASN, that will come little later in stage, but you are right. So let's say I am shipping from my distributor to 3PL, so I would also need to send this information to 3PL that this is my hierarchy. So that is covered under advanced shipping notification. Okay, but I think that is something we need to discuss at later stage. So for now, let's focus on this format. Basically, this is something we have to understand. So understand means I will just explain at very high level, but we will go through in detail of each tag. Okay. So the important tags in this timestamp. Okay. So event time. Then we have EPCs. So these two SGTINs are there. So now you guys understand that these two SGTINs may be referring to some items, some bottles or some stripes of medicines. Then we have this. Can anyone tell me what is this? Parent ID.
It's a container code.
Container code. Under the container code, so you can see that we have specific tag like parent ID. So anyone who will see this file, he would come to know that okay, this is my top level, and then we have a tag called child EPC. Under the child EPC, we have these two SGTINs. And then what is the business step? Business step tag. Can anyone read it?
Packing.
Packing. So now you will come to know that okay, this action is what? Basically a packing event or packing action is going on. And then this read point. Can anyone tell me this read point is what? SGTIN, SSCC, or what?
Read point is the GLN.
GLN. Perfect. So it says that
with an
this
extension.
is, yeah, GLN with an extension. So what it is saying that this particular packing is taken place at this location and at this packaging line. Yeah, and this is the timestamp. So at this time, all this action is taken place. Got it? Any question, guys?
Yeah, one
Yeah.
question. We have read point and biz location. So both are GLNs, but what is the difference?
Good question. Very good question. So this read point is nothing but your read point. You know what name suggests? from where this thing is reading, so this is something is get read from this particular place. But the is corporate location. So maybe I am a business, but the biz location would be the
Hari,
same.
your voice has breakdown after you explained about read point.
Yeah, I was also able to realize that. Let me say it again. So this read point, when I say the read point is your plant, okay, and biz location is your corporate entity. So maybe it is possible that under one entity you have 5 plants. So you can have 5 different read points here, okay, but your biz location would be same.
So is it possible both are uh, same numbers?
Yeah, both are, it can be possible that both are same number. So this is depend on client's requirement, okay. Like if I have one entity and I have one plant, I will have I will I will have a one GLN, that is fine. But if I have multiple plants, okay, so I have to identify uniquely, so then we have a different GLN.
Okay.
Correct. Okay. Yeah, so now I think we have this called SAP System Architecture Overview. I think this one we can take by tomorrow, because from tomorrow we will also have some hands-on exercise. So system architecture we will start tomorrow. So far till this all are theory part, okay. So if any question you guys have right now, you can ask me, or any quick revision required.
Hari, I just wanted to confirm one thing. If you are going to cover it, no issues. But I just wanted to ask you that will this be covered? So that is now you are explaining about this EPCS file, right? So regarding this, I wanted to ask two things. Now, since it is example, you have showed the packing file. So will all other events be covered and each tag will be explained in coming days?
Of course. Yeah.
Okay.
Now I mean I will explain. I mean, see, structures. I think you have some ATTP background, right, Pradeep?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So basically, you are aware that structure would be more or less same. In you have commissioning or shipping or receiving or unpacking. I strategically choose packing part because something is easy to visualize. Okay, if I
Okay.
write commissioning, it would be little difficult. So because my agenda was, I just wanted to show the structure, so that from the day one you guys have something to imagine. If I from tomorrow, if I say EPCIS, so this kind of structure to your end. That's it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm getting it. So, and the second doubt is actually in our day-to-day work, we deal mostly with the file failures, like EPCS getting failed. So, like there will be various reasons. So, will that also be covered in the coming classes? Like, if an inbound EPCS or an outbound EPCS is failed, like client is sending you, but the file is
Of course,
getting
of
failed.
course. Yeah, of course. These things will be covered. Basically, I think you guys are working in support, right?
Yeah,
You are working in support project, basically.
yeah, correct.
Yeah. So in that case, many tickets used to come to your place. So when PCIS is failed, if you understand the fundamentals, then I don't need to explain the error. Okay. I
Yeah,
will
that
I will
particular
cover
error
the
will be taken.
fundamentals, so that, yeah, but at the same time, in the same, in the same class, we will also discuss some scenario. Okay, that okay, if I will do this kind of thing, then what kind of error you can expect, or I will also show you some errors and I will ask you to solve it. Okay, so in this kind of exercise will definitely do. I will
Okay.
show you monitoring, because if you are in a support, you also need to do the daily monitoring activities. Yeah. So all those, that also we will cover. But yeah, good to know
Okay.
that you already working on FTTP, so we will have some good discussions.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. That
Anything
would be
else,
helpful.
guys? Okay. Thanks. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you for attending the session. I hope you all enjoyed it. Don't forget to visit our Vimeo page and follow for more upcoming videos.